Hey everyone, it's Kat. Today I wanted to share a bit of a personal journey. It's about my recent job search, a desire for mental resilience, and the search for some guiding values that I can make my big life decisions on. I want to start off firstly with showing a memory keeping spread I made of our team's annual charity event. So this is the final spread, but I do have footage of me putting this together, which I'll show now. So I organized this one for the first time, and it was really bittersweet because I had such a great time with my team. But throughout the whole day, I knew that I needed to reply back to the firm, confirming that I would accept their offer for a new role. And I couldn't stop thinking about how this was going to be my last charity event with my team, and the first one that I personally organized. But to be honest, when I came into my current role, I saw it as a fallback, my plan B. I took the job as an escape from my very difficult first corporate job. And for someone who's always sort of strived for more, it really felt like a blow to my ego. And I felt like a very big loss in my sense of self. And so after I took this current job for the next 3 years, I shifted my focus away from the old achievements that once defined me, and I really dove into new experiences. So things that were completely out of my comfort zone. So for example, I was never really good at sports as a kid, but I started doing all these physical activities. I went from never running in my life to running a marathon. I went from being terrified from a fear of heights to falling in love with rock climbing and having these big dreams to climb bigger things. So physically and mentally, I really changed beyond my own recognition of myself. And at the time, I didn't really expect much from this job, but the team actually really became a big source of support and a connection for me. Like the leaders I felt watched me grow up and mentored me and accepted me as this like awkward, shy young adult that I was, and didn't think I was weird or anything like that. And my other coworkers around my age became my best friends outside of work, and I actually started to run and climb because of them. So you're probably wondering why I'm even changing jobs if I like my team so much. But the truth is, I've always been a little dissatisfied with my work, particularly the depth of knowledge I was gaining and the quality of the work output. And right now, the team's changing as well. So many people have left, and many of my friends are thinking of leaving too, which is why I started applying to jobs in the first place. But it's also not an easy decision to go. I'm 50-50 for the longest time when I received this new offer. And I'm at a crossroads where I wish I had a strong set of values to guide my next steps. Like, I wish I could know for certain that I should leave and that this was the best decision for myself. But the reality is I'm really unsure. But I did find, while I was going through all this, I went back to my old journals and I found this one that I kept during my first corporate job. And I totally forgot that I did this, but I basically tried to come up with a set of life principles, a personal manifesto to live my life by. And the reason for that is because I was so disenchanted with my first corporate job that I thought I needed to exit corporate life altogether and live some sort of alternative lifestyle. And to do that, I thought I needed like very strong like principles to hold myself to. And so in this book, I grapple with, I guess, questions about what I believe in. I have quotes here from Kierkegaard. The thing is to understand myself. The thing is to find a truth which is true for me, to find the idea for which I can live and die. And here I've written, I want to live my life in a way that satisfies my principles and ideals. And this is another quote from Søren Kierkegaard. The biggest danger, that of losing oneself, can pass off in the world as quietly as if it were nothing. Every other loss, an arm, a leg, $5, a wife, is bound to be noticed. Suddenly, I felt that the wool was pulled from my eyes, that the purpose of university was to get a job, that the purpose of a job was to be paid wages, that happiness was earning 100K a year, that fulfillment was staying in the office until 11 p.m. So yeah, you can tell I was feeling very nihilistic regarding my office job at the time. And then in this journal, I start looking into different philosophies. So Stoicism is one of them, existentialism, relativism at some point as well, nihilism. I was really trying to understand basically what was out there and to study it so that I could figure out what resonated with me the most and what I could use to set up my own, I guess, foundational principles with which I was going to live my life by. I'm torn between viewing my younger self as naive for believing that I could even establish like a fixed set of life principles to guide me indefinitely, versus feeling a sense of admiration for my willingness to dig deep into what I believed in. I think overall, it is a good idea to study philosophy and try to understand life at any point. But looking back, I think I was too focused on like nihilism and existentialism because I think I had a fear of failure, and those philosophies sort of give you an out that nothing really matters, or at least my interpretation of it was that nothing really matters. So if I quit this job that's giving me so much trauma but that has so much prestige, then it won't hurt me. I brought out this really old regular sized traveler's notebook, but I brought it out recently because I had too many thoughts to fit into my passport notebook. So this is where I usually write down what I'm thinking about, my concerns, my mental health, that sort of stuff. But this wasn't large enough to fit all my thoughts that I had about this job change. So I brought this out, and then to my surprise, I had an insert here where I'd already written some entries, and I found an entry from about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was basically saying that I wanted and I wished I had mental resilience. And it's something that 5 years later now, I still seem to be struggling with and wish I had. And maybe it's something that I can never really fully achieve, like feeling like I'm always in control and knowing what to do next. Even back here, I'm looking for certainty, something to live my life by, a measure or yardstick or doctrine I can measure my happiness to, because I feel so sad and lost right now. So yeah, it seems as if my struggles and my constant questioning of my self-worth in relation to my job seems to be a common theme in my life. And looking back and being able to see myself go through these same questions again and again, I think it's actually very helpful for me to have a bigger picture, bird's eye view of what's productive and what's useful to do. And I've definitely sort of come to terms with the fact that I don't think I can reason my way into a definitive answer. Like I can't find a set of life's guiding principles that says, yes, I should quit my job and take this new one. I don't think that's the case anymore. I feel like there's just too many other factors and things that are uncertain, and I don't even know myself enough to know that if I knew all the facts, I could say that this will make me happy. I think I don't even know what will make me happy. So I'm going to be taking this next step forward with a certain level of uncertainty, but I think I'm going to have to accept that. So yeah, the exciting news is that I did receive an offer for one of the firms I interviewed with a couple of weeks ago. It's not the role I really wanted, but I received feedback for that role, and the main thing that they told me was that I did a great interview, but I just lacked the years of experience. And that really, I guess, solidified the fact that I'm going to take this role, because I think it will give me that experience, and it'll be a couple years of hard work, but I think it's going to be well worth it in the future. But thank you for listening to my journey during this time of change. When I started my YouTube channel, I wanted it to be about notebooks and reading books and pursuing knowledge while juggling a corporate job. I didn't expect this period of change to come up. I didn't expect to be job hunting and changing everything up. But I wanted to document it anyway because I think it would be good to share these kind of adult struggles in life, just in case it resonates with anyone else watching. And at the same time, I just don't have the mental space to talk about anything else that I originally intended to talk about, like a bookshelf tour or book reviews. But I'm hoping to get back into that after everything's sort of settled down a bit. And in any case, my notebooks have really been helping me getting through this period, helping me with like reflection and questioning. And so, yeah, it kind of links into the original intentions of this channel. But I hope this has been interesting. Actually, I did want to show one thing. So this is a shell that I picked up when I went to the beach with my team for the last time. Yeah, don't want to get emotional. I'm already like getting a little bit emotional just thinking about it, but it's just something that I always keep and look back on. So yeah, I hope this has been interesting, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.